All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive. And today, we're going to be looking at something you probably touch every day, but never really think about.
That's right.
It's oxygen transfer rates.
Ooh.
It sounds a little technical, I know,
Yeah.
but stick with us, because this stuff gets really interesting, I promise. We're going to be looking at excerpts from a case study, all about a company that was testing the OTR, that's oxygen transfer rate, of their super special new coated paper sheet. Now, you might not think a piece of paper is very exciting,
Right.
but this deep dive is going to reveal some surprising stuff. Really, what we're asking is, how do you accurately measure something you can't even see? Like how much oxygen can pass through material?
Yeah.
And why does it even matter for something as simple as, well, paper?
So when we're talking about oxygen transfer rates, we're really talking about how easily oxygen can get through a material. And you can't see oxygen, obviously, but it's doing stuff all the time.
All
Like,
right.
think about it, food going stale,
Oh, yeah.
priceless artwork falling apart over time.
Like oxidizing and stuff.
Yeah, that's oxygen at work.
Right. So basically knowing a material's OTR is like having the secret knowledge of like, will this thing protect the stuff inside it from oxygen?
Yeah, exactly. That's a great way to put it. And in this case study we're looking at today, this company wanted to figure out the oxygen transfer rate of their, like you said, their fancy new coated paper sheet. But there was a catch.
Uh-oh.
They needed to know the OTR at a very specific condition, 0% humidity.
Whoa. Okay. 0% humidity. That seems like a really specific requirement. Why does it matter? I mean, does a little moisture in the air really change things that much?
Oh, absolutely it does. Think about it like this. Those little water molecules in the air, they can actually help oxygen molecules slip through a material more easily.
Oh, interesting.
So, like, to really understand how well this paper blocked oxygen when it was completely dry, they had to get rid of any humidity.
That makes a lot of sense. So they weren't just like messing around with this OTR test,
Mhm.
They had to be super precise. And I think they had to follow a specific standard too, right? Wasn't it something like ASTM D3985?
Yeah, you got it. ASTM D3985, that's the one. And these standardized tests, they're like the rule book for tons of industries. Like they make sure everybody's measuring things the same way, so you can compare apples to apples.
Right, right.
And it's super important when you're talking about things like food packaging,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
because even a teeny tiny difference in oxygen transfer rate can mean like fresh strawberries versus a container of mold.
Nobody wants that.
No, definitely not.
So that ASTM standard sounds serious. Did the company in our case study, did they have all the stuff to do this test themselves?
So actually they didn't. See, testing for oxygen transfer rates, it needs super specialized equipment
Ah.
and a lot of expertise. It's not something you can just DIY, unfortunately.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
And that is where Infinita Lab came swooping in to save the day.
Yes. Infinita Lab to the rescue.
Exactly. They helped the company find a lab, a super specialized lab that had all the right equipment and all the right expert people to do this ASTM D3985 test, and at that crucial 0% humidity.
Nice. So Infinita Lab is like, kind of like a scientific matchmaker.
That's a great way to put it, yeah.
Yeah,
They connect companies who need these tests with the perfect people who can actually do them.
that's really cool.
Yeah. And it's a huge time saver for the company. And in the end, it means they get reliable, accurate results, which is the whole point, right?
Absolutely. So the company got their answers. Everybody's happy. But I have to say, this deep dive, it's really made me think about all the hidden, like, complexity in a simple piece of paper.
It really makes you realize that all this science is going on behind the scenes for things we use every day and don't even think about.
And that's kind of cool. And who knows what other cool stuff we could find out about,
Yeah.
like everyday materials if we did more tests like this, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. Like my coffee mug has secret superpowers, and I just don't know. All right, well, thanks for hanging with us on this deep dive. Keep those brains curious, and we'll catch you next time.